All right, well, I just paused that video or stopped it because I hit the wrong button. So it is sunset. You can see the sun out there. And I am having an absolute tremendous time figuring out how to show this without blinding myself. So let me go ahead and get her started. There's all your gauges come up. That's like they should. Just to show you everything works. Okay. And there you go, fired her up, fires right up, nice oil pressure. 143,000 miles. And it's just got a brand new AX15. That's the manual transmission. If you don't know the model, that's not a big deal. That's what came in factory, so just put a brand new one of those in it. It's got a brand new loop clutch in it, which is all we run. That's a good clutch. It's all we run in any of our Jeeps. Got a brand new slave cylinder, brand new flywheel, and I'm sorry I'm not showing proper video etiquette here, but I'm trying to back up without running over one of my dogs and or hitting anybody else out here. So run down. We have a hot seat here, but oh, that steering wheel, what the heck? They use some armor all on the inside. A little bit of a squeak in the steering wheel now, but that'll go away. So I'm gonna run down instead of getting that thing out. It's been having some issues with the pressure switch. I'm just gonna run down. We gotta I think we gotta get, no, fuel's okay. I'm gonna say we gotta get fuel, but we'll just go down and get it washed, and I'll be able to show you how it drives on the road, and then hopefully we'll get her posted the next night or two, maybe, or maybe usually I post Sundays, but we might post it early. We'll see if how busy I am the next couple days. Usually Sundays I like, because it seems like Sundays more people are around Sunday evenings when we lend them. So I own Jeeps Unlimited. You can look us up, otherwise known as partsbreakers.com. We sell Jeep parts, so I know these things probably better than anybody you know. And I'm not saying as far as crawlers, because we're not really an aftermarket yard. We're more of a factory yard. I apologize, it's going to be hard for me to shift this thing. Keep the camera pointed where it needs to be, especially with the front windshield being so dirty right now. We'll get that cleaned up, but here's the... Man, that light is awful. You can't complain about sunshine, but you guys are getting terrible. So, okay, so no check engine lights. That's fourth gear, no grinding. Just like it should. I'm running without a tag on this right now, which I shouldn't be, but we're in a small town, so I do think I need to clean my lens real quick. Let's see if we can get this thing not to be so blurry. Alright, maybe that's better. There we go. So this is a Sahara, and it's a 1999, and it is by far the best year you can own of a TJ. It's the very last year that they were still using distributors. See, in 2000, which is an awful year for a TJ unless you've had the motor redone, the 2000s are the ones that have the known head issue. Cylinder heads, they have a tendency to get cracked heads and stuff. So stay away from those ones unless you know, or somebody's got receipts showing that it's had all that done to it. It's got a brand new soft top on it. Anyway, the 99 is the most reliable motor. This one's only got 143. I've seen these things go 400K and probably still driving, but that's about the most I've seen on it when the customers come in. You can see it's all factory, nothing's been messed with. And the Sahara seats are actually in really good shape, which is surprising because most of the time these things are not great. They're usually pretty torn up, especially after 25 years, or I guess 26 years. do videos on everything. I mean, even our products we do videos on. I always like to say, if you're, videos there so you can feel like you're standing here with me. But a test drive is really the same thing. I mean, it's as good as you're going to find out there. Most people, I see these auctions do these little videos of it moving frontwards and backwards. You know how many times I bought at an auction that says it runs and drives? And then when I get there, this happened to me. I flew out to Vegas a few years ago to drive one home. It's not very far from, it's about 5 hours. I got out there, and sure, it would go forward and backwards, not well. They had put a fork through the oil pan on the transmission. It's an automatic, of course. So, yeah, this gives you, like, obviously, I mean, not only that, look at the temp, okay? It's right at 210, your oil pressure is still good. There's nothing hiding. That right there, that's called a shift light. And if you have a beginner, somebody you're teaching how to drive stick, that dummy light right there, that's a pretty damn good thing for a new person to drive. Essentially, they use those shift lights off economical. So, I mean, you might drive way different. You might not shift when it says to shift. It's not going to hurt anything as long as you're not redlining it. But they're there really, and they time them. People always ask me, like, well, when are those are timed? And they're timed with the most economical. So if you want to get, if this thing said it got 20 miles a gallon, that would be based on that. So you'll see it's going to come on here as we go up in RPMs. You'll hit a certain RPM and that little shift light. But for a beginner, somebody who's learning how to drive stick, see, shift. So that's what so for me, I've been driving manual so long, it's almost too quick. Like, I don't shift a manual transmission that quick. I mean, I'm in 4th gear and I'm only going 45. So, and then that Stallion wants to shift again. So, but again, you got to remember that shift light is really there for economic, what makes the most economical, and I mean that like fuel efficiency wise. So, but again, for a new driver that's really unsure of when to shift on a manual, I mean, that light kind of gives them a, at least you can tell them you don't have to shift that early, but if you're going to shift, don't shift earlier than that. Because that's a lot of times you can't roll through gears, get into 5th gear going 30. You ain't going to like that, obviously. You're going to lug the motor. And it only shifts your when you're going up, not on your downshifts. They're not going to tell you when to downshift, only when to upshift. This car wash is just another mile or so down the road here. So let's talk real quick about options on pickups or delivery or whatnot. First off, we're in Grand Junction, Colorado, which is about, if you're not towing, about 3.5 hours, 4 hours, depending on traffic, from Denver. We're west of Denver. We're on the Utah border. We happen to be 4 hours from Denver, and we're 4 hours from Salt Lake City. So we're right smack in the middle. So if you're coming from the West Coast, you might fly into Salt Lake. If you're coming from the East Coast or the South, you might fly into Denver. Now, Denver, I have family in, and I could get it down there for fairly cheap for you. I could tow it down there for you. And Salt Lake City is a possibility, but it would be more expensive. I would say if you're considering that and you're just dead set on driving it home, then fine. But honestly, what you're going to pay to transport it to Salt Lake versus just, like, for example, transporting it, let's say you were in California, transporting it all the way to California is going to be minuscule. It's going to be, you're almost better off just letting me transport it. Let me help you transport it all the way out there, which we can do that. Look at that. Normally there's always cars here. That was good timing. So that's and it's not really that expensive right now with fuel prices being low still to ship a car, or ship a Jeep in this case. I mean, I would almost bet money that anywhere in the U.S., $1,500 at most And West Coast, you're probably at, it depends on how fast you want it, 750 to 800. East Coast, you're probably, depending on how far out, you're probably in that, 12 to 15. Midwest, you're probably 7 to 8. South, like Texas, you're probably 5 or 6. And again, all that depends on kind of how fast you want it. The faster you want it, usually the more it's going to cost. So, well, that's it. I mean, you can see, we'll go back, see right where we were. Temp rise, we never got above 210, which is where it should have been. Oil pressure gauge, which is off right now because it's not running. You can tell it's not running because the RPMs are off. And then, battery and all that's good too. So, here's your controls for, and if you wanted to add AC to this, it does have a soft top. So if you're going to use it as a beach, just use it as a beach car, beach Jeep. But if you want to have AC, what's really cool about these is that you need a condenser. So we usually swap the box, but the plug is there. So there's nothing different on the wiring. The wiring is all provisioned for it. So it's super easy if you happen to want AC. Depending on what you're doing with it, So it does have the half doors, and I'll show all this later. But let me give her a good wash, and then we'll get her home, and I'll get some good photos. And like I said, if we have time to get it listed tonight, we will. If not, I'll wait till this weekend. And the only thing you'll see, the only thing we recently did on it was I had the hood. It was real checked. They call like kind of dry checked with the, they had some paint issues back. So we had the hood resprayed and a couple of little things just to kind of spruce it up. But as far as like mechanical, like a top, and super low miles for this year. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out to me. Cell phone's 970-208-7610. Again, take a look at our website, partsbreakers.com, our LLC's Jeeps Unlimited. And yeah, we'll see what you think. Thanks, guys.